Dear students, welcome to Sia's digital classes. Today's concept is quantity index numbers. So in quantity index numbers, different methods we have. So some of the methods we have discussed earlier in price indices. Now let us check it out how that particular formulas goes in quantity indices. So particularly in exam, they'll be asking in the question itself to do for quantity indices. So whenever they'll ask as a quantity index number to the particular method, you have to go for it. So let us check it out how it goes on with an example. So check it out. Here is an example we have. Calculate quantity index number. So check it out. The word quantity appears here. So if you don't have any quantity word, simply we can go for price indices. But here particularly they have given us to do for quantity indices. So let us do quantity index by last year's method and past year's method as well as Bowley's method. So these three methods we have to do. These three methods already we discussed in price index numbers. So in the same way we have to do for quantity index numbers also. So let us check it out formulas first and then let us come back for the table and how the procedure will go on. So first let us discuss formulas. First last year's method formula we have. So just like price indices for quantity indices, notation will change. For price indices we have discussed earlier, it is P01. Price indices is P, so P01 will be. Now it is quantity here, so quantity notation Q, Q01. Okay, so Q01 is equal to, now formula goes like this. Here averages of quantities we have to consider because quantity is the main thing for us. So average of quantities, that is your summation Q1 by summation Q0 always will be there. For that we'll add prices as weights, and which prices for last year, base year price, that is P0. So in this way logically if you remember, formulas will be quite easier to learn because we have many formulas, nearly 6 to 7 formulas we have for price and quantities. So don't get confused between them. In this way you remember, if it is quantity indices, we have to do average of quantities with respect to base year price or current year price, like that. So here I have quantity indices. So first its average I am considering, that is summation Q1 by summation Q0 multiplied with the prices, that is P0, base year prices, P0 by P0 into 100. So this becomes your last year's formula. Now let us check it out, past year's formula. So past year's again Q01, Q01 or Q01 will call. So Q01 is equal to formula summation Q1 P1 by summation Q0 P1. So the same average of quantities we are considering and multiplied by past year's method multiplied by current year prices we have to consider. So formula same as it is like last year, simply replace P0 with P1. That becomes your past year's formula. Okay, now let us discuss Bowley's formula also. So Bowley's method is notation again same, Q01 is equal to. So what here we do is we'll take last year formula and past year's formula both together and we'll do its average. Average means if two values are there, what we do? We'll just add that two values and divide it by 2 we do, right? So the same thing for last year's and past year's average we are considering. So check it out. This is your last year's formula. This is your past year's formula. I've added both of them, divided by 2, that is 1 by 2 I wrote outside, into 100 because always price indices or the quantity indices on an average will consider. So into 100 always will be there for any formula. So these are the 3 different formulas we discussed. Now let us go for substitution part. That is, you have to make the table first to get all these totals. So let us go back to the table. So here is a table, given data, some commodities they have given, that is some data about some bread, meat and tea they have given for base year and current year. And in base year again they have given quantities as well as rates they have given. And in current year also quantities and rates they have given. Now let us check it out how to convert them into P0, Q0s, and let us go for totaling of them. So commodities as it is I wrote. Now check it out, under base year I have a quantity and I have rate. So quantity becomes your Q naught. So base here Q naught, I wrote the values here 10, 22. So from this first column I have taken here as a second column. Then P naught column is the rate itself. So 3, 15, 25. So that becomes your P naught. So first two columns you have obtained. Now let us go for current year columns. Current year also the same, Q1, P1 you have to consider. So check it out, P1 and Q1. Now let us go for obtaining the other values, that is P1 Q0 column, then P0 Q0, P1 Q1, then P0 Q1. So here one more thing you have to recall is for price indices always will multiply P with the Q, right? So the same thing here also you can consider. We have Q with the P. So anyhow, like 1 into 4 into 5 is nothing but 5 into 4, like that you can maintain the sequence. So P1 Q0 is nothing but Q0 P1. So we have got habit with multiplying price with quantity. So same way I have taken table here. So if you want to particularly consider quantities first, you can write the headings as Q0 P1, then Q0 P0, like that also you can go on writing. So anyway, answers does not differ, it will be same only. So let us go for the tables now, multiplications part. So Q naught into P1, right? So where we have Q naught values, first value of Q naught is 10 we have. So 10 into P1 value, first value I have 3.25. So 3.25. So multiply, we got the answer as 32.5. So similarly, multiply all Q naught values with P1 values and then do the summations, that is total of that entire column. So I have got some answer here. So like this, we can obtain the summations of Q naught to P1, or obviously that is P1 into Q naught also we can carve. So I am writing all that reverse summations also, Q naught to P1. So here you will get P Q naught P naught. So let us check how Q naught P naught goes on now. So simply take Q naught value, first value of Q naught I have 10 here. So 10 into P naught value I have 3. So 10 into 3, that goes to 30. So similarly, go for all other values of P naught Q naught, multiply, then do the totals of that. We got the total of summation P naught Q naught as sum 380. Okay, next we have to do Q1 P1. So here P1 Q1 we wrote, anyhow is the same. So consider Q1 value 8 I have. So 8 into P1 value I have as 3.25. So I've got some value for Q1 into P1. Similarly, consider all other values, multiply and then add up. We got the total for summation Q1 P1, that is 395. So similarly, the last column value, that is your Q1 P0. So let us discuss this one. So as it is, I am considering here P0 Q1. So P0 value I have 3 here, 3 into Q1 value I have 8. So 3 into 8, 24. So like that you have to obtain all other values, then add up. We got the answer as 324. So that is summation Q1 P0. So all the values I have obtained now, all the totals, whatever I require to substitute for Laspier's, Pasch's and Bowley's method. Now let us go for step-by-step substitutions. So let us come back to the formula, that is Laspier's method formula. So this is your formula. All the totals are there in our hand. Simply you have to substitute and you have to get the answers. So what the first total I have to get, that is Q1 P0 value. Let us check it out where we have Q1 P0 value. Q1 P0 is 324. So check it out. 324 I have substituted, right? Next I need Q0 P0 value. So Q0 P0 here it is 380. So check it out. 380 into 100, I've got some answer as 85.26. So here we have done with the Laspier's method for quantity indices. Now let us discuss Pasch's method. So same as it is, we have got all the totals. Simply take the formula and substitute in that. So summation Q1 P1 is 395 I have. Summation Q0 P1 I have 478.5 into 100. I've got the answer as 82.55. So this is your Pasch's method. Now let us check it out, Bowley's method also. So Bowley's method formula already we discussed, right? So simply substitute in that all the values, or you can consider last year's answers here. This is your last year's answers, this is your past year's answers. Simply add both of them and multiply with 100 and divided by 2 you do, you'll get the answer as some 83.905. So this is how we'll obtain Bowley's quantity index numbers. So same as price relative price index numbers, we can do quantity index numbers also. Simply swipe prices with the quantities, you'll get your answers. So this is the quantity indices method. Hope you have understood all the video. See you all in the next session. Thank you.